Hello. Hello. Let's get a little more water because I am so thirsty. Hey everyone, it's Lauren from Color the Kitty tonight, and we are here tonight. Once I hit the right button, is the more progress on the painting of the Mando and Grogu. It occurred with me my camera angle is a little skewed from my last video. So here's the progress so far. This is not my design. I'm going to credit who this is from, and I'll tell you just now. If you look on YouTube, Painting with Jesse, he had a thing of step-by-step instruction of making the Mandalorian and Grogu in This Is the Way painting. So tonight we're going to do little Grogu's ears in some sort of pink color. I've got a palette board here. That's paper. So when this is done, I can toss it out. So I'm going to do a little bit of paint mixing to try to get what I got. I've got some IKEA acrylic paint. Now I've got this hot pink that's a little too hot for ears. I'm going to see if I can mix it with the white to try to come up with what I want. So I just gave it a bit of a shake. And then just on here, squirt some out. I don't need a lot tonight, just enough to do some playing. And I'm going to grab some white, mix them together. First shake it, try to get some mixture happening, hopefully. Actually, shake it upside down might be better, so I can get it to function for Kitty. But yeah, these paints are just IKEA. Nothing fancy. Of course, this white's looking a little icky, but that's okay. And I'm just going to mix the two colors together. No real strategy for equal parts or whatever, just whatever I feel like doing. Generally, it helps to grab little bits at a time to mix together, but I'm just going to go balls in and mix them as is, which is silly. I've got here some really cheap dollar store paintbrushes because I'm kind of silly that way. Oh, I just keep using them. Of course, now I've got my elastic, a total mess here. Alright, so then I'm just, again, OCD moment. I gotta put these in order. What? I have no idea. This OCD type feeling. 3, probably do 4. That one's 5. That one's 7. I don't know why I gotta put them in order. I just do. Alright, I'll just grab this brush and then make a mess. And that's really the secret to acrylic painting in my way tonight is, I mean, I could go and find the color that I want, but I just want to mix. Sometimes it's really fun to just mix paint. So you're probably wondering, why am I doing this project tonight? I haven't done this in a while. If you followed me in the past on my YouTube and that, I'm swapping things up this time. I said in my Stampin' Up video earlier, is I have a lot of unfinished, look at the nice color now. We went from that hot pink to a nice cool pink. I have so many like unfinished projects that I just simply decided I should work on them. So I created a list of what's still outstanding for projects, and I randomly picked one for tonight, and it fell on this one, so I'm like, okay. Now ideally I've got way too much paint on that brush, but that's okay. I'm just really carefully working with it. Now I am not an expert when it comes to acrylic painting, but I will try to work my way through this. And having good quality brushes does make a huge difference. But I'm just kind of working this along. Not bad, eh? Alright, then from my puddle off to the side, I'm just going to grab a little more for the edge to kind of get rid of the black lines from the line drawing that I printed online from Jesse. He had the line drawings available. So, not bad, eh? Now let's get back onto this side. Make sure I'm on camera. That would be very beneficial. try to use the brush the best I can to work with me here. Another thing is I'm not really good at is loading the brush properly, but because I had used this so much to mix, I got it kind of half decently loaded. A whole whack of paint. Not bad. Not bad at all, considering. I'm just gonna offload some of that paint off the brush and then bring some new one in with a little less paint. That way I got a little more control. Not bad at all. I'm actually rather impressed with myself. I know, I apologize. I'm off camera so much. And that's pretty much it for little Grogu. There is that pinky paint. Alright, so now we got that done. Problem is, now I've got all this paint kind of left over. What do I do with it? Well, let's play. But by doing so, I need a project to play with to kind of use up some of the paint, which means I'll probably end up starting a project. Do I have anything out? No, I don't have anything down here I can use. Shoot. Oh, I'm thinking. Do I have anything? Be nice if I came prepared to the session tonight. Alright, bear with me a moment. I'm just going to take the mic off and see if I can find a quick project to use up the rest of that puddle of paint. Because I used to have stuff kicked around, but I've been changing up my processes so much that I'm like, I don't even know what's what anymore. Come on, where's the project? I had a coloring book that I was using for stuff like this. But of course, for the life of me, who knows where I put it lately. Because it's kind of sort of found a new home again. I got something in mind. I do actually, but I don't know. I don't know where it is. Okay, well, I'm clearly stumped for the night. Let me go find something to use. Actually, I don't really want to do it, but let's look at these for a sec. This might kind of work. It's not what I want to go. It's not what I want to use, but it might kind of work. Okay. Only one of these have a pink. And it's not what I'm going for. Damn. Really not what I'm going for. Okay, but we're going to go for it. So, color number 6 on this sheet is that pink. But I'm going to clean that brush because I'm going to drop to a smaller brush. So I just got like a little cup of water here that I only use for this. I don't use this drinking water. This cup. I'm going to give that a quick cleanse. And then I'm going to knock a bit of that color onto this sheet and make this a multimedia project, which is not what I wanted to go for, but it will suffice. So I'm going to carefully not get that wet. I got a paper towel to wipe that brush. There we go. Okay. So let's find a 6 on here in a maze of mazes. Let me put my mic back on. So this is a color by number sheet, in case you're wondering what the heck this is. And there's a 6 on here somewhere. Oh my god. Where are you? So I can use up that puddle of paint a little bit. I have no idea where the 6 is. Wow. Found one. Found some. Alright, so I've got a little itty bitty brush. Put some paint on there. And then put a little bit of paint there. This might be not the best of ideas, because these are really, really small, but we'll roll with it. Because I actually considered doing this, something like this project as a mixed media version, but I ended up not, and then here we are, we're doing it anyway. It's more like a purple anyway, but I can still work with it. Alright, it's gonna be a little messy, because this is not easy for me. I saw another one over here. But yeah, that is not easy to work with. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see how much more we can burn up here. And this could be like an hour later. Alright, from this area, do we have more? We got one here. Another 6. And this is not the right brush for this. It's just this is what I had on hand at the moment. Actually, I'm going to move this on the other side of me. Just makes it a little easier to work with versus reaching over constantly. Assuming I don't knock that on my computer. That would not be good, my friends, if I knock that over. Alright. And I'm just going to go back on the first few that I've done. Give it a little more paint. It's not great, but I can work with it. Okay, so I need more 6s. But yeah, I've got a lot of paint. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I just went over, but that's okay. I can always fix it after. I'm letting my focus get all split up here. I'll say this is an interesting concept. And this coloring book is Color Quest, the first one. Got a little hair on her or something. I love this coloring book. This is the first time I've decided to officially put something different to it versus colored pencils. Which is such an unusual concept for me. So I would never think of doing this. And I'm totally not even staying in the lines. That's okay. Can you imagine trying to paint all these little triangles? Oh my goodness. And what's kind of fun about this coloring sheet is it's like a puzzle. Like, I don't actually know. I can look it up, what these images. But it's kind of neat that way. Because I kind of like the whimsy of making a project. Really weird. With like the mixed media. I guess I tend to do that a lot when I swap colors for colored pencils, so same kind of idea, it's just now it's a step forward and all that. This is turning out pretty neat. Hey Jenny! Welcome to my chaotic multi-project tonight, it seems. I'm not sure when you turned in because I've been looking down at the table for like all this time. Trying a weird idea here. And yes, my painting skills on very small triangles is not great tonight. Feel free to catch the earlier video where I actually struggled to put together a treat box. And after that, I show Chris, and it's like, yeah, no, there is a way to do it. It's just he just gets it as a three-dimensional, but he does understand that the instructions were kind of lacking for people who don't see things the way he does. So that was pretty amusing. Though that part was off camera when I showed him, but at least he got to see that, yeah, some of these treat boxes are bizarre. Okay, I'm going to come back up here because I'm seeing some sixes up here. So I have a lot of paint to get rid of here. And my little doggy is waiting for me. And I'll have to edit the name of this file here because this is not all about painting Grogu. This is like now painting a couple different projects at once. But I'm just going until I can deplete that puddle of paint, because now that I've made it, I've got all this paint to use up, because I didn't need much for Grogu. I kind of mixed a little too much, but that's okay. I like to have enough paint versus not enough paint, because trying to mix the exact same color again can be really hard to do, at least for me it is. And this is just IKEA paints that I used. Paint markers would be a little more effective doing this, actually. Oh my. Alright, where am I here? Oh, I got like a sixes up here. Oh my. Yeah, I'm trying to each week for Color the Kitty swap it up to a different project. That way it makes it interesting, even for me too. Gives me a chance to work on different things that isn't my go-to most days when I'm just home and wanting to work on something. Or actually, on the weekend, I pulled out a paint by numbers project and worked a little bit on it to realize, yeah, I'm out of touch on my painting skills. So that was a awakening for me. And the painting is The Last Supper, which is pretty neat. Okay, I'm finding a whole bunch of 6s up here. Alright, I gotta make a little more room here because I'm running through. Hey, Dan. Yes, peekaboo. Oh, it's been quite a night of weirdness. And let me clarify, Dan, this is not the Grogu and Mando painting. If I remember, I'll show it at the end. It's just I've got all this leftover pink paint for Grogu's ears, so I'm like, yeah, I might as well use on something tonight. And I am aiming towards doing a longer live stream on the weekend of a project. It will not be this one, I can say that much. So I'm looking forward to it. Alright, where am I here? Like, yeah, it's hard to see in all this. So many triangles. And I don't even know how well this paper is going to hold up, too. Because this is coloring book paper. So that could be interesting. If it likes paint or not. And it's okay if I'm not always in the lines. That's where I plan to try to fix it later. We'll see what I end up doing. I'm not too worried if the paint's too thick or anything. Okay, so making progress here. Alright, because I don't know how the color flows, so I'm just doing some quick glances over, see if I spot any areas I'm missing, because it's hard to tell. Okay, anything up here? Not seeing too much new. Because again, I don't know the layout. I see more over here, but what about down here? Because I'm probably missing a few. Oh, most likely. Probably missing a lot of them. It's like I'll have to like almost grid through it to see it all, which can be a lengthy process, like I am right now. I just saw one way back in the beginning here, which I'm gonna have to do it to try to have the 6s all more or less the same kind of color, which is supposed to be more like a purple, but I'm going with pink. Because I randomly selected the other painting tonight, and I'm like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. This is gonna take me a while. And here we are. Okay. Well, at least we got so far these. Oh wait, it's right there. Okay, got that. But it'd be good if I can get all the 6s tonight. These are fun. Like, I like color by numbers or even paint by numbers, same concept for. It takes the guesswork out of, well, what colors do I need when I'm planning my own project? This tells me the colors. It's just up to me on, do I want to follow the guide or do I want to use something else? And then with this one, this Color Quest book, it's like a puzzle where I could peek and see what the final is to have the idea of the vision, but sometimes it's just fun to just ride with it and see what it turns into. Oh, there's a 6 way down here. That might be off camera. Sorry. And I've been trying to tell myself for a while, I need to do more mixed media. Just to experiment. And I actually did that. The picture I posted the other day of the flowers and the birds, which is a little bit of a weird coloration, was actually a mixed media. Same concept. I had green paint for something, and I ended up just using it up, the rest of it on that picture. Which made that picture, actually, it made the green on it really pop. Which is really neat. Okay, now we got some 6s happening. And the paint is starting to thicken. I can feel it. But now I'm determined to go for it. Just my dog is going to be mad at me. We'll get there, boo. Because part of my nervousness about doing painting with this type of sheet was, there's no way I'm going to get it perfectly inside the lines. But then tonight, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I'm just using my other finger to remember kind of where I'm at. And the next row. The difficult part about paint is you can't exactly put it back in the bottle, can you? Especially when this is actually a custom color for tonight. And I'm probably am going to peek later on what this picture is. I do have a little bit of a secret. I actually have the same coloring book again stored away because someone bought it for me as a gift. I'm like, hey, I have this book. Cool, and I actually like this book. Okay, there. Of course, I got very quiet there. 'Cause it's like there's something about painting that is so relaxing. I don't know what it is. Like, I get really quiet when it's like hyper focus. And actually, this paintbrush, I forget what tip was on it before, but I've actually cut the brush tip to be more what I want to use it. Which is nice if you know what you're doing. Sometimes handy. I'm probably missing some here and there, but that's okay. Yeah, there's so many of these. Yeah, I wonder what this picture is. A lot of 3, 2s, and 1s I'm seeing for numbers. Whatever this pattern is, it kind of starts and stops after a while. For whatever this purpley pink is for. Another trick is if you're worried about the paint getting a little hard sooner, you can actually use a wet palette board. I have one, but I'll be honest, I have not used it. I save it for if I'm ever going to actually get back into full-fledged painting, where it helps keep the acrylic paint wet longer without drying as fast, which is really cool. Versus this is just paper, this palette board, and there's nothing to keep the paint from not drying. Because, yeah, this paint will eventually dry, obviously. Okay, well, I think I'm like halfway on the sheet now. I'll just keep going. I'm already here. I'm already with it. Use up this paint. And once in a while I am looking at the comments because I'm looking totally down at the desk. Yeah, I'm getting close to gotta move everything. Alright, let me shift things over a little more so I can keep going a little longer. And hopefully I don't stick my hand in the paint. Which can happen so easily. But yeah, I'm definitely not stinging the lines very well. It'll be interesting to see how it affects the overall picture by the fact that I am not in the lines. Oh, that one's like a perfect triangle. Alright, next row. Oh, it's way up there is a 6. Oh my goodness. Is that even off camera? Yeah, that's even off camera. Alright, let me bring it down a little more here. Sorry, I'm off camera all the time. Yeah, because I have to refigure out on this desk where is the points of what you can and can't see. And of course, the more I'm over here, all you see is my hands, the painted area. So I'll admit, I didn't have a good setup, but I'm just winging it. It's Thursday night fun. Alright, next row. Oh, there's one like way the fudge down here. Oh. Oh, wait, there's another one. Oh, I'm missing a few. Shoot. Oh, I'm missing quite a few. See, I'm just skimming. I'm not fully looking, which is bad. But I'm like, yeah, I'm looking. I'm not looking very well. Wow. Alright. New row. Slower. Okay, next one. Next row. Come on. Let's try to spot these a little better tonight. How am I doing for time? Almost 9. Okay, next row. There's one. Next row. There's a 6. Another one. Okay, so this section seems to have more of them suddenly. For whatever this picture's supposed to be. Next row. Oh, way up there. I think I'm still gonna have paint left over. When I got like way too much down there, but that's alright. Which you can't see. Sorry. It is hard to do this on camera to make sure I'm still in view and everything, but it is fun. Alright, that one is a lighter pink, so it's got a little bit of white. Not fully mixed in right, but that'll make it interesting. Having a spot that's a little off color. I mean, it's all off color really, but that's okay. Alright, where am I here? Okay, next row. Be fascinating if I paint the whole thing. That might be a little bizarre. Okay, next row. We're definitely over halfway, which is nice. So probably another 10, 20 minutes. Depending on how many more there is. But interesting pattern, whatever this is. Oh, way up there again. Next row. And of course, this will be a lot easier on an easel. I hear the puppy. He's like, Mommy, hurry up. Very soon, boo. I think he's an art critic, personally. He's one of a few in the area. There's actually a squirrel in the area that's also my art critic. I think I stared at it this morning. No, when I was doing my event booth here, for some reason, it was snack time, so it's up in the tree above us, and it's eating whatever stuff off the tree, and all the stuff that it was peeling off was coming down onto my booth, so all you hear is ting, 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 because it's dropping stuff, so it was pretty funny, actually. The squirrel. I mean, I love squirrels. But that one, I don't think it liked me that day. And a couple of times, it would be on the ground, and it would, like, almost walk up to me to be like, what are you doing in my space? So I guess that's their tree. It was actually pretty funny. Alright, painting, painting, painting. I'm going as fast as I can. I can go a little faster, but trying to not completely be like, all over the sheet. Oh, he's around. I can hear him upstairs, but he's staring at me. Yeah, he's staring at me, alright. He's like, come on, Mommy. He is a cutie. It was pizza night, so of course he was very excited. He's got a new trick now. he gets so excited and he gets so begging for food, he starts shaking, and it's like, what the heck? It's like, what's he doing? No, it's just, he just gets that excited, hoping for a little piece of pizza. It's kind of cute. It's kind of scary a little bit. So it's like, why is he shaking? I don't know. The excitement that pups get. Alright, I got more down here. Oh my goodness. This picture is something. I hope it looks good, even though I'm a little skeptic about using acrylic paint on here, but I hope so. Alright, I'm going to move those over. Now I'm going to shift this over a little more so we can see what's left for my up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Hopefully, we're getting there. And I gotta do something with the rest of the puddle of paint because I'm not grabbing another project. I think I learned my lesson the first time. Oh yeah, grab one of these. Yeah, this is like an hour. Is it an hour? Yeah, no, 47 minutes, yeah. Well, the first bit was the Grogu. That's where I definitely gotta rename this video. Just acrylic painting. Alright. 666. Maybe I should not say that 3 times together. Could also sound like a different kind of type of word that someone else likes. Alright. Another round, another row. Come on, where are all of you? I'm probably still missing a few, but that's okay. I'll just color it in with something else when I come back to this in the future. But this is pretty cool. I'm actually excited to see how this is going to turn out. And I really contemplated this on the weekend. I really did. I kept thinking about it. I'm like, do I do want these as mixed media? I just was so undecisive, and I just didn't start it. Because I finished the wolf picture, which looks awesome. But I want to do something different. Because I like the way I color, but I just definitely wanted to change some style for a bit. Alright. And I will catch up on the comments after. It's so hard to, I look up, I'm like, hey Jenny, I'm glad you're still watching. I'm glad someone's watching. And there's another person, which I think is Dan, if I had to take a guess. And I really appreciate it, every week. And I forgot to say in my other video, but hey, subscribe, like, follow, all that fun stuff. And same as here, yeah. Whatever platform, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, I do appreciate the support. Alright, next. Hey, at least we're making good progress. And I like how occasionally some of the pink is actually lighter, because I keep dipping into the spot that's got a bit of a lighterness to it to really make this interesting. I'm going to be dreaming about numbers tonight. And I got an early morning at work tomorrow. Boring day, but a long day. Another row. I don't even know how many rows these are. Quite a few. I don't even know if I missed any. That's okay. Come on. This is like the first row. I haven't seen any, so there's a good chance I probably missed one. Oh well. Okay, there's one right there. Another one. But yeah, there's the actual color, which is off camera, which is actually more like a purple, but I'm gonna go with pink. Because at least the color numbers, it's like a representation. You don't have to pick the exact same colors, but at least you get an idea of what you're working with. It's just the downside of changing the colors is you may not get the effect you're looking for. But then again, it's a surprise. Next row. Come on. Feel free to check out my Stampin' Up video where I had difficulty making a treat box. Every year, same problem. I have difficulty with them. They are a hard sell, I'll admit. Because it's such a limited seasonal item that it's like, what do you do with treat boxes for Halloween? And I just put paint on my finger. Alright, we are getting there. Okay, another row. I've only got like 1, 2, 3, 5 rows left. And I saw some in this area. Okay. Next row, I think. This is the way it looks. It's the one right there. I have no idea what this picture is. Okay, next row. Only a few left. I know there's one in here somewhere down here. Yep. Okay, next row. Second last row, everybody. There's one right there. Da, 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 da. And last row. Okay, stretch my back for a sec. Because I'm all hunched over staring at this stuff. Alright, I don't even know if there is one in here. Be funny if there isn't. Nope, that's it. That is it. Okay, so I'm going to hold it up so you can kind of see what we got going on here. A whole bunch of holy crap and little triangles of pink. And they're all not really connected at all. So it's like, it's quite a puzzle, this sheet. And this is the direction that it sits in. Alright, and then I'll show you the Grogu progress once I move that out of the way and not ruin it. Here it is. Here is tonight's cuteness. This is the color I had mixed, and it looks pretty darn good. And then, because I still have paint on here, which is thickening it up quite nicely, the last bit I'm going to do is, I've got some scrap paper, and this is what I like to do, is grab a bigger brush, because this one is too small for what I want to do. And just make a mess on the paper, and then that is the finale of tonight. After like an hour. So I'm going to grab the biggest brush here. Pick up as much of this stuff as possible, because it's starting to thicken up quite nicely. Make a mess. That way, over time, I have created my own cluster of paper that I could use as background for card making or something else. Abstract art, whichever. There we go. That is it. That is the finale of the night. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this progress. So let me bring back the more important, visually fascinating project here so we can see it one last time. So let me reiterate, this is not my design. This is from Painting with Jesse. You can find him on YouTube. He actually has a whole YouTube video on making this project step by step. It's apparently over 2 hours long, supposedly, because I guess he's like me, because he likes to talk and get distracted and even more talk. But yeah, if you want to paint this, he also has, and I'll show you, a line drawing you can download to be able to print onto the paper you like, or trace or transfer, whichever way you want to go, which is really nice to make. So I didn't have to draw it. So there we go. So yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for tolerating me tonight. So I'll be back with my usual stuff next Thursday. However, this weekend I am intending to be on somewhere doing a project for like an hour or two. I'm not quite exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but I will figure it out soon. Alrighty, well everyone, well thank you for watching, and Feel free to like, subscribe, follow, share, all those social media functions, and we'll be back again. Bye for now.